going. We got 0 views. Hi, this is Ruben Garcia with Valleywood Magazine TV, and we're sitting here with Chano Ruben Guajardo, a candidate and former commissioner and mayoral candidate for Mercedes, and he's on his way asking the people of Mercedes for another chance to represent with City Council as Commissioner Place 2. And we wanted to give the audience a chance to see him and hear him and be able to kind of get to know Chano again and find out what it is and his vision for the city and representing the people of Mercedes. So nice to see you again, Chano. Thank you for coming in. This is our second video, and we want to thank you for coming in and taking the time.
Absolutely. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to try to send my message to all of our people and just people in general. Understand, who Ruben Guajardo is and what he stands for and what he brings to the table. First and foremost, I'd like to recognize, my wife and my family. First and foremost, Cynthia Guajardo, Bianca, and my son Raul. Second of all, the experience that I bring to the table is quite lengthy. Got very involved since early years. I was fortunate enough to serve as city councilman from '92 to '95. Came back in 2005 to 2011. Ran for mayor, fell a little bit short. I've been out of office for 2 years. Felt that there was a opportunity for me to continue to bring to the table what I strongly believe in as my family values and morals, and bring that and try to share and express that through my voting on issues that directly impact our people, our tax base, our individuals here in Mercedes.
Great, Chano. I would definitely appreciate all the work that you've done in the past. And what's motivating you now to come back? And will this be the same seat you'll be running for?
Actually, no. My seat doesn't become available till next year. The seat that I gave up when I ran for mayor, I'm running in commissioner for place 4. There's four inclusive myself, a total of 4 that are running and vying for the slot. All 2 slots that are open are being challenged. There's a vacancy. Former Commissioner Leonard Garcia could not. We have term limits in the city of Mercedes, as you well know. He's done his 9 years, so he couldn't run. So there's 2 gentlemen running in that seat, and in ours it's a total of 4. As far as what brings me back, well, I never left, to be quite honest with you. The love and the passion for my community and for the politics is there. I strongly believe in trying to take care of our people, and I strongly advocate for definitely the youth, the young ones, and the people that are elderly, the la tercera edad. The reason that I do is because they're basically the same. Kids don't know any better. Unfortunately, as we get older, we become kids once again. We have to be told when to eat and this and that. And those are the 2 individuals or classifications that I truly feel need the most assistance, the most help. And at present time, I feel that individuals aren't advocating for those 2, but not just them. Overall, we need to be responsible for our actions. We need to be responsible and held accountable for what we do and what we don't do. And it bothers me that the way not the administration, but the way the current elected officials are conducting themselves, as a unit. I feel that there's lack of unity, lack of teamwork. It's not a matter of being an individual that is an individual. It's about creating a team effort, because when it's all said and done, we're working for Mercedes as a whole. There isn't, what I bring to the table, it's basically representation without boundaries. What I mean by that, very simple. Very simply put, I don't care if you're white, if you're Hispanic, if you're Chinese, if you're African American, you're going to be represented, because ultimately that's what I chose to do. I chose to be a city leader, a city father to Mercedes. Now, if you don't feel that way, what business do you have running? Because you know what? Not everybody agrees with me, and that's quite all right. I don't expect to be the most popular person in the world. I don't expect to go in there and be friends, with the existing commission or the new commission or the city administration or anything like that. It's about working together and them understanding what my role is and what their role is. My role is to be an individual that's responsible for my actions, to conduct myself properly, to ensure that Mercedes is taken care of, and most definitely, as a city councilman, our responsibilities is plain and simple. Our charter states what we can and cannot do. Our charter states that we're responsible for making sure we act and set policies for Mercedes. We're not here to play games with individuals' lives, or with people's jobs and contracts. Our responsibility is to ensure that we just work in good faith to ensure that Mercedes is taken care of, that Mercedes residents are taken care of, Mercedes taxpayers are taken care of. How can you do that if you're trying to micromanage? I do not have the experience to be a city manager. I do not have the experience to be assistant city manager, or experience to be the chief of police or the fire chief, so on and so forth. You have individuals that dedicated time, energies, and efforts to be that, to do that. It's not up to me. My thing is see and evaluate what's out there.
Right.
What concerns are out there for our people in safety, and then try to maneuver the monies that are coming in from the tax base or anywhere else where we can get from grants or anything like that, to make sure that those are taken care of. Very simple. There's a problem, there's an issue, we have to come up with a solution. The solution is not going to be raise taxes or raise users fees. That's not being fair to our people. Anybody can do that. It's not a matter of raising taxes, raising users fees to take care of projects. No, it's about being wise with our choices on how we spend money and how we don't spend our money. Prime example, to the best of my understanding, there's not one red cent was put into the budget this year for street improvements in the city of Mercedes. 92 to 95, no outlet mall. We had monies in there.
Okay.
2005 to 2011, the outlet mall was there. We almost tripled the amount of money we put into infrastructure and street improvements. From overlays to reconstruction, you name it, we did it. But we did it from way back then when there was no outlet mall. 92 to 95, consistently. Every city councilman and every mayor had always supported making sure that Mercedes was taken care of, at least in that aspect. It didn't happen this year. Is it disappointing? Yes, it is. Why? If we don't take care of slowly but surely things, we're going to be faced with we were faced with, 10 years ago, where to come in and take care of all the streets that would be in disarray, you'd be looking at $10-15 million easy.
Okay.
Easy. Why would you want to do that when you can slowly divert money over there and take care of the problems at hand? It makes little to no sense for people, for the commission, the existing mayor, not to put monies to take care of problems that are a burden on our people on a daily basis. Safety of our people, everybody always talks a beautiful game. I'm in it for the people. Well, how can you tell me that safety is not a priority for you? Why would you want to go in and micromanage all the departments when you don't have the experience? And I can say that because not one single one is a city manager, not one single councilman or mayor is a fire chief or a police chief or public works director. There's individuals that do that full time. We're there to make policies, set policies, add your vision as a team. Each individual commissioner, this is where I see Mercedes. This is what I want. And then as a group say, you know what, let's try to get that done. Give that work and pass it over to the city manager and his group. It's that is something where you're giving them a directive, you're giving them your vision, you're guiding them by telling them what you want. It's up to those individuals to bring to the table a plan
Right.
that's going to be cost effective for our citizens and not have to worry about raising taxes, raising users fees to pay for it. It's about working smart. And I personally feel it hasn't been done. My passion and my love for community of Mercedes has always been there.
Right.
Me
It
coming
shows.
back, it's not that I'm coming back. I never left. Bottom line is, I said since day one when I lost my raises as mayor, I'm going to be back in some way, shape, or form. I'm going to be serving our community. And and I said it doesn't matter if it's school board. I don't care if it's city councilman or try again as running for mayor. My love for my community is great, and I wish that when people run for office would never forget the reason why they ran in the first place. Their objective is to do the good things, to do the great things. Well, unfortunately, gracias a Dios, it never happened to me. I always stayed grounded. I never forgot where I came from and why I was running. My volunteer work with Mercedes, from the Boys and Girls Club to then becoming a paid individual, to becoming a board member of the Boys and Girls Club, Mid Valley Boys and Girls Club, that is. Uh, it's always there. The commitment to umpiring the Little League, the Pony League, to announcing 7th grade football, 8th grade football, freshman, JV, varsity football, doing baseball for the last 15, 16 years.
Yeah. You're the voice of the baseball team. So.
I'm honored.
Softball.
I'm honored to be able to bring a little bit of excitement to families and to the game, and acknowledge our kids, acknowledge the fact that they took time to be student athletes. Maybe they might not get out in the streets the recognition, but if I can do it through the mic, I'm gonna do it. They deserve it. Our people deserve to be taken care of. They really truly do. And that's what I bring to the table. That's who I am, and that's what I want to continue to do. Not for Ruben Guajardo. It's got nothing to do with me.
Mhm.
If it was for me, you know what? Yo estoy bien. Yo estoy bendecido. But you know what? Majority of the people here in Mercedes live like I do, from paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
It's not fair to them. My parents that I love. My dad passed away, but my parents weren't a fixed income. Nomás lo que les daba, the government. That's it. Then the Medicaid and Medicare and all these other, assistance programs and stuff like that they have. Majority of our elderly, majority of our people here in Mercedes are like that. I don't think that it's fair for them to have to, I don't care if it's an increase of, 1 cent on the property tax, it's still gonna cost them.
Right. Well, how can we get, talking about fixed income, and we have a lot of people on a fixed income and getting social services for living and food stamps and things. How can you help transition Mercedes into becoming a little more of, for people to be more homeowners and, beautifying the city and
Well, one of the things is I think EDC and the EDC and the city of Mercedes got together some time back, and we did some improvements. We put some money out there for business owners, for facades, or if they've had problems or issues with the wiring, to bring them up to code and stuff like that. When we were in office, we started giving money we added more monies, and we gave a van to Amigos del Valle. It's to go to transporting our people. Adding more money to Amigos del Valle, to the food bank. We brought in Vida, and that program, it's individuals only from Mercedes that are getting higher education in nursing, first and foremost, we need to be able to create a quality of life in Mercedes that people are not just okay with, that they're happy, that they don't want to leave. And if they leave because they want to go get a different kind of education, that they're going to want to come back to Mercedes. But the only way to do that is we need to invest, and we need to invest on our kids. Okay? Ultimately, the city of Mercedes Independent School District, they need to work hand in hand, because ultimately we're dealing with the same people. Those kids are, if directed properly, are going to be individuals that are going to be productive citizens out in the community. By volunteering, by educating themselves, coming back and purchasing a home, not having to worry about whether it's, no disrespect to anybody, but have to somewhere down the line, people need to be able to, certain families need to be given an opportunity to break the chain of coming up through the housing authority.
Mhm.
And if it's this group or the group after, but you know what? The United States, there's always been the hope.
Right.
And as long as we can keep the hope there, we're going to be good. But we need to educate our people. We need to educate our young. They need to go out there and educate themselves, take it to the next level. Ultimately, we're investing in them time, energy, and resources, monies, but we're doing it because we're hoping that Mercedes is good enough for them to come